Greetings, my radiation-laden defenders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens. Episode 106, Waves of Raids, Bringing the Pain. So the current priority is survive hazard mode and defenses. The darkness penalty is not that big of a deal. Because they're already trudging through thick snow and ice, so it's not like movement speed changes is that big of a deal. But you're technically not wrong. Disconnect the roof from the sidewalls? True. We're going to want a no roof zone here and here so that they collapse proper. We are at 10 days out from hazard mode being done. You thought darkness affected accuracy? It did in like RimWorld 1.1, like years ago. That hasn't been the case since. It affects movement speed though. Which is why certain paths are illuminated. Actually, I probably ought to... change where that is located. Oh, it's funny that I can build an arc from scratch now. Oh. Alright, Walrus. You're getting the axe. It is making a big old mess. I tamed it so that it wouldn't flee, and you also get more bang for your buck if it's tamed before. Okay, the track columns are ready. Now we're just waiting on the construction of these walls so that we can enable Operation Autocannons. And that should help with our survival rate in a big way. I think I'm going to transition the southernmost turret over to autocannons as well. And then I'll have like a backup security turret in case of breaches here, covering the arc. And that should open up more room for autocannon turrets. Now, the autocannon turrets are going to be a lot of steel, so we need to do a lot more mining before they're truly ready. The southern defense barricades here really aren't necessary. Nor is any of this. Because none of this is pathable for an enemy. So this is a really expensive project, and it's poor pathing because we have to step over an autocannon turret to rearm them. But we really ought not to have too many we'll have enough automated defenses that our casualties should go down a lot. And then the walls between them are to prevent, in the case that the turrets themselves get destroyed, that there isn't a chain reaction destruction happening. So we're going from 0 auto-cannon turrets to 6. I think we'll see a huge difference if and when we get raids. More of a when, less of an if. Pinniped leather. Let's try a parka out of the pinniped. Wonder how good it will be. Oh, we could do 2. Well, look at that. That's nice. Oh, there's another walrus out there. This summer has really brought in a lot of creatures. Well, the inspired creativity it expires in 4 hours. I'm just going to cancel the large sculpture. We didn't do it in time. I wasn't really micromanaging sheep, so it's probably my fault. But regardless, wasn't done in time anyway. Another thing we could do in terms of our defenses is, yeah, I think we're going to do it too. If we build walls like this, we don't even need doors here. That way this section is unpathable for the enemies. I can leave them forced open for now. And poor Rogi's like, you guys need how many components? All of them? If I'm losing... Oh, yeah, right. That is not really a good place to keep our meals anymore, is it? I hadn't thought of that. And get rid of a hopper. Alright, there we go. Better place for the meals. Parkas. Are you any good? Pinniped parkas. You protect 60 Celsius. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Is anyone wearing a pinniped parka? Yep. Fang faces. And Fang Face's temperature tolerance is comfortable until negative 61. Cool. Or warm. Maybe what I'll do is, given the bonus that I see, let's have like a little group hunt for the other pinniped. The other walrus. And then... make sure to have dead power for the turrets. Sorry, Wally. But we're going to part with your life for a parka. Okay, I think I have some iron now. And coal. It's more a manner of hauling at this point. So I'll try to micromanage our people to actually physically haul that stuff. I also have a lot of wood. I have not really been paying attention to the deep drills, and I think that is now obvious. Because our stockpile is stupidly overfull. Alright, I'm going to move foods from this stockpile out to that stockpile. Meaning I'm going to force everyone high priority haul once they're up in the morning to pull food out of here and put it over here. Because it's colder over here anyway. It's less reliably cold in this room. Now that I have all these turrets, like, for real, there's no raids. Like, what the hell happened? The game was like, oh, okay, you're probably properly prepared now, so, enjoy having your big guns. You're not going to get raided anymore. It's going to send me, like, blights and malaria. I'm calling ahead of time. Operation Blight Rad is heading my way. Whatever happened to that walrus core? Oh, it hasn't been butchered. Okay. Blood gods are satisfied for now? Yeah. That's more or less what I was thinking. So Rogi is desperately trying to keep up with the demand for components for the turrets. We have a lot of the reagents needed for refining, but I don't know why no one's actually mending the refiner, so I'm going to force AR to do it. And we are 23 out of 30 days away. Not too much further. It's probably the high priority haul, yeah. Definitely it is. The good news is all of that high priority hauling meant that we have plenty of smelting done, and now we have turrets coming in. And almost all the components have already been delivered, so now it's just a matter of getting the raw resources, which is easier. Oh, yeah, we only need one more. It's 350 steel, and the turrets will be all set and ready. Alright, opening up the home zone, because obviously our home zone requirements have significantly changed. That looks about right. And we are kissing August goodbye. There's only a few days left of summer. And I think Randy is like saving up his hatred because there was a lot of raids at the start of the stream and then there was like kind of nothing. It's like a lag time in the adaptation effect. So the adaptation, if you're wondering what that is, it's a mechanic built into RimWorld that is enabled by default, which is if you have colonists that are downed or dead, the game makes it easier to allow the player to recover. And then the longer you go without having someone down or dead, that it ramps up slowly so that it's like a difficulty on top of a difficulty. It's like stacked difficulty. So you have the base difficulty and then the adaptation difficulty, which gets harder and harder and harder until you take losses. You can, of course, cheese it to get people downed or dead on purpose. I don't generally cheese it. Like, one easy way would be to recruit garbage colonists and then throw them as cannon fodder, causing the adaptation modifier to drop and reset constantly. It's just not a tactic I ever use because I don't like min-maxing like that. But I only mention it because it's worth knowing it is possible to choose it in that way. Oh, yeah, these aren't home zone either. Good call. Oh, here we go. And they're sappers. Of course. I have all these defenses and they're like, yeah, we're going around them. Peace. They are brawlers, which is interesting. Now, because Axios is dead, I don't have combat command anymore. Interestingly, I'm going to try to mortar with Fishpick and Madsen. I'm sure it's going to go horribly because they are not accurate at all, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. So of this raid, there's only a single shooter who is got this combat shoddy. But they're all shield belted, so it's like kind of a difficult fight all the same. Oh, that was not as bad as I thought it would be. AR, actually get back in there. I can hear them juicing with Go Juice. They're catching me. Man, what pathing are they taking? And please, no friendly fire. It's going to be hard to get away from Rogers enough for him to not catch us. Oh, Slotus got in. Hi, Rogers. Bye, Rogers. Alright, so these guys are sappers, but I don't really know what they're doing. Okay, they're sapping into the bedrooms that way. But yeah, that would work, I guess. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't have a good defense for this. But I'm moving my shooters to a position where they can fire on the enemies down here and like maybe lure them back. But because they're all brawlers, I think I'm just gonna Fishpick and Madsen just like kind of not be involved in this fight, and we'll see. So now it's just a matter of focusing fire on specific targets to wear them out and force a flee. Because they're going to breach. But, you know, stuff is replaceable. People, not so much. What, are you going for the bunny? Yeah, you're going for the bunny. Bunny is like, yo, don't like this. Alright, Mr. Tacos, you... You go up there. Why are you walking forwards? Morons. Okay, they're fleeing now. Honestly, could have been worse. Was really not that bad. Just kind of annoying. But yeah, it's case in point. I had mentioned before, but it's worth mentioning again, that sappers fight towards beds. And you can see that very keenly here, where that's exactly where they attacked. They attacked Fishpick and Cardinal's bed, and then worked their way to the rest of the beds. I don't really know what else they did here, other than just, like, trash a vent or two. It was not a very effective raid. Hey, Fishpick. I know this is probably not the threesome you were thinking of, so let's move that body out of there. Any slower movement, I would have lost someone? True. Yeah, they got really close on my heels there. But we got away. Now, I'd love to be able to use my kill box, but Randy was like, oh, yeah. Sapping, breaching, sieging, that's what you're going to be facing now. So that you don't have a chance to use that wonderful kill box you made. There's nowhere to put that sword? Yes, there is. Alright. The last of the autocannons is getting done. Meanwhile, could you set up the same idea with IDs and columns in the sapper tunnels? So sappers aren't going to take cover like that, so no. I mean, I could, but it's not going to be effective. So sappers are designed to basically destroy everything between them and their target is the bedrooms. So they're not going to really take cover behind stuff, because they're just destroying everything between them and their attack target. AKA, no point in trying to make any other anti-sap defenses besides what I've already done. And what I should have realized is I do have like near perfect anti-sap defenses. I should have lined my shooters up here. This whole kill box was designed for sappers, and it worked exactly. They came exactly into my kill box as designed, and I just forgot to put my shooters here. So it was my fault. Now, what would work is if I put like just a bunch of like fire IEDs here, because sappers don't actively try to avoid mines, but they aren't really going to take cover behind columns. So if I did something, I'm not doing it because it's like overkill, but if I did something like this, where I just had a bunch of IEDs that they're likely to step on, that had like a roofed and floored with like straw or wood section, then we could, you know, have some sort of incendiary trap set up for them. But that's not something I intend to build. Let's do a little bit more high priority hauling. The good news is our autocannons are all set up, so I'm just hoping for some targets. Fingers crossed we actually get someone to shoot at. And the ETA for the emergency shutoff is 5 days. What a warm summer. Yeah, -58. It's Plutonian summer. Well, not really. Pluto's colder. All right, just about all the corpses have been fetched. And I'm moving my foods over here. Out of here. I think we probably have enough iron and coal now. I'm going to shut those off. And we have the stalwart social opportunity to kick off in a minute. I'm just going to wait for some of the hauling to be done. Yeah, the storeroom is looking pretty full. That's one of the reasons why I'm moving the food over here. The other thing I could do is... Well, no, I'm going to keep those shelves as is. Be nice if I could actually click. God. I probably don't have the slate for this, but there we go. Building some shelves over there. And then knowing that this project is going to take some slate, I'll haul what slate there is out of there, because it is summer, so it's not, the outside temperature is not going to harm us too badly. There is no new combat commander, and that is very much by design. When Axios died, they chose not to elect a new leader, but instead to have like a leaderless democratic social, I don't know, just some sort of run by a council. All right, 4 days. Who's left of the OG team? Just Fishpick. And I've been trying to be fairly careful about that, because if he dies, I lose. And he nearly had it. I mean, Axios was alive at the time, which wouldn't have caused me to lose, but he nearly died from pathfinding wrong. Pathfinding into a bunch of enemies. Because I wasn't micromanaging well enough. That was sketchy. He like got combat shotgun to the face. But he, I think he probably survived, honestly, because of his tough. That's probably the only reason he didn't die. Of course, have absolutely no slate, and I'm queuing up more pathing for slate. I get it's not useful. Well, we're starting to cut the stone. That's good. And the shelves for the food that I didn't have space for are done. So these are low priority shelves, but they're like spillover shelves. In fact, I could have them be normal priority. New lovers is Slotus and Rogi. Cool. And now they sleep next to one another. Some love. Hope it's not a bad sign. You and me both, man. You and me both. Often when it's like a new relationship, it's like, and time for tragedy. Just anecdotally speaking. So fingers crossed that is not the case here. Nowhere to store this? Oh, I see. All food goes there, yeah. Food and meals. Move a Lotus to the other side of the bed? That's not how beds work. When you assign people to a bed, you don't assign where. Three days. I think we have enough food, though. Our food count got a bit absurd. Because we used to feed like 18, now we're feeding 10. And we were ready to feed 18, but we don't really need to anymore. Yeah, if you're wondering, their needs of sleeping next to their person or whatever still works, even if they're on the wrong side of the bed. It doesn't matter. It's just all that matters is that they're on adjacent beds to avoid the like slept next to. More Walrus Parka? Yeah. How much more pinniped do I have? 109? So I have enough for one more. Taming makes it more efficient to slaughter, and I didn't have the option to tame this last one. Hey, toxic fallout. Hey, guess what? I don't care. I'm immune to that. I'm totally immune. I'm already wearing toxic-proof clothing. You can't hurt me. Well, you can hurt Tacos the bunny, but that's no big deal. Tacos is inside. We do get yucky green snow. That much is true. Two days. Getting pretty close. That's weird. Oh, the conduit never got made. I might need a little bit more iron or more steel. I don't know what the cost for the next emergency shutoff systems is, but that is the final upgrade to the Ark, which is ultimately the goal of this series. So we're just very close. And yes, the masks are offering toxic resistance and toxic environment resistance. But I have it as masks like this. I didn't want to redesign them as a modded clothing so that you could actually physically see them as Portraits of the Rim, because Portraits of the Rim doesn't cover custom clothing. Wow, come on, guys. Refuel. Batteries went low as we haven't been keeping it topped up. Oh, I'm destroying the uranium mace. Let me pull that out of there. Well, Tacos took the bullet there. Generally, when you're hit by flu, for your colony, it will like affect colonists or animals, and if it affects animals, then the colonists got to dodge that bullet. So enjoy your myxomatosis or whatever. That's the bunny disease, right? Yeah. Poor bunny. An excellent reason to ranch animals? Ranch animal. Just one. But yeah, a good reason to have one pet. You're not wrong about that. Oh, Stalwart Social. I totally forgot. Before we lose the opportunity, let's trigger it. Awesome. Yeah, looks like... Did everyone attend? Probably. Yeah, everyone attended. Nice. It didn't actually look like they were all in attendance, but they all benefited from it, which is great. The next IRL global pandemic, bunny flu? Well, in this world here, a global pandemic would be basically just like a few colonies. Oh! Yes! It's a normal raid! Woo! With, oh my goodness, 55 of them against our 10. So, 5.5 to 1 ratio. And then they have Doomsday launchers and triple launchers. So, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Where's my combat music? I fixed it. I'll play. I'll just override it. There you go. And I'm wasting no time getting people into position for this. Now, the trouble with the turret testing is I don't really want it dooms or tripled. So it's going to be a little difficult to test the turrets without incurring deeply undesirable destruction. But it might be possible to force them to use the columns by shooting. Okay. Where's the Doomer? We have a triple there. Excuse me for pausing. Triples in here. Xavier, and then the Doom is somewhere in this group. Lion, Xavier, and Hakuja. So having them highlighted, if I see their hitbox stop moving, I know that they're aiming. Because you can't run and gun in vanilla. Lion's down. So now it's just Xavier and Hakuja. And what I'm doing is just turning off the turrets that are the most damaged, preventing them from being destroyed because they're expensive to replace. Oh, someone took... Oh, enjoy the cover! Oh, the other thing is I could probably create gaps between the individual columns so that they don't hold each other up. I should have done that. Xavier is aiming. Okay. It's a bit too late to turn things off. because I wasn't paying attention to Xavier. But he's shooting at probably one of the mini turrets. And nothing destroyed. Cardinal getting hit. And then the last one with a dangerous weapon is Kuja here. I'm not sure why our autocannons aren't firing on him. Alright, Cardinal. You took a gunshot to your bionic leg. I don't think that really matters. Alright, let's turn them all around now. So fish pick inside. Madsen out. Valid target flip-flop. Oh, look, it's Tynan. And they're fleeing. I would say the defense worked pretty well. Especially given the, how outnumbered we were. We were really, really outnumbered, outgunned. 5.5 to 1 plus their weapons were like really pretty good. Miniguns, combat shotguns, triple launchers, doomsday launchers. It was a low-key, no joke raid, and it was fine. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Frostwardens.